All right, ladies and gentle beans, welcome to part 10 of our Pokemon Black 2 Nuzlocke. You know the drill, so hit that like and subscribe button, and remember, we're voices created with AI, so do not taking anything in this video seriously, especially any Pokemon I may get killed.
I think they're allowed to take that seriously, Donald, since you've become a pro at that now. But anyway, looks like we're jumping right in with battling Q, Rem, and Ghetsis, Donald. But from the last episode, we deduced that this is, in fact, Giratina.
All right, I think we can get Ghetsis sent to prison for life, boys, since he's literally getting Q-Rem to murder us right here and now with Glacier. Does this guy know that we're presidents or what?
Well, this part of the game is Cutscene Central Joe, so we're not really going to be playing that much in the first few minutes here.
Yeah, and then N comes along here, boys, and saves us with Zekrom and Fusion Bolt. But whilst all this is going on, how about you ask the question for today's video, Donald?
Well, since this episode is all about Q-Rem and Zekrom, and I guess Reshiram too, please leave a comment down below letting us know which Unova legendary dragon is your favorite out of Zekrom, Reshiram, and Q-Rem. We like Q-Rem the most since it can change forms. And as a bonus question, let us know if you prefer black or white Q-Rem more.
We all know which version Obama is gonna like the most, Donald.
Shut the fuck up, Joe. We don't need comments like that from you of all people. But to be fair, the black Q-Rem is just better and scarier looking than the white one. So I'm going to say black Q-Rem is better.
Oh, hang on, why is this ball thing floating about now, Obama? And why is it white? I thought Zekrom is meant to come from the Dark Stone.
Well, Ghetsis has stolen the DNA splicers, remember Joe? And now Q-Rem is going to absorb Zekrom into himself, so he changes form. But what doesn't make sense is in the anime, Q-Rem just changes form without having to absorb anything. So I don't get what this song and dance is about.
This is exactly like you said it is, Donald. It's all a show for the games, but in the lore, Q-Rem doesn't need to go through all this shit. I mean, imagine having to go through this 10-minute whole ordeal just to change your form.
Wow, and now Q-Rem is here shooting purple beams out of its wings. I mean, you gotta admit, Obama, this has got to be one of the best cutscenes in the games. The animations are pretty damn solid too.
This scene always made me a little upset though, Joe, because it's like Zekrom is getting murdered and tortured by Q-Rem, and then he just absorbs all his powers.
I think this entire part is just creepy, if anything, Donald. Someone at Game Freak had a field day with this, though, I bet.
To be honest, Obama, I have no idea what's even going on anymore. All I'm seeing is Q-Rem is now about to eat Zekrom or something. This all just doesn't make any sense.
Well, it took about 2 minutes for Zekrom to turn back into the Dark Stone, which I thought he could do at will, but I guess he was forced to turn, and now he's about to get absorbed, Joe, so stop the complaining and just watch.
My question is, if Q-Rem can absorb one of them, then what's stopping him from absorbing both of them at the same time? Because then I'm sure we'll get to see the original dragon-type Pokemon, whatever it may be.
I bet we'll find out in 2024, Donald. They'll do what they did with Diamond and Pearl and release the remakes of Gen 5 and then release Legends Q-Rem on the side like they did with Legends Arceus. I bet that's what they'll do.
Hey, look, boys, it absorbed Zekrom. And now Q-Rem has turned into a mostly black Pokemon. Holy hell!
Yeah, Joe, can you stop turning this into a thing seriously, dude? I know what you're doing.
Obama, I have literally no idea what you're on about, bro. I'm just here chilling watching black Q-Rem.
Uh-huh. Right, well, just stop. And anyway, here we go. He's finally absorbed Zekrom after 10 years, so get ready for a battle with Giratina now, Donald. And by the way, I know for a fact, and I think everyone would agree with me on this too, that Giratina would one-tap Q-Rem, let's be honest.
Yeah, Giratina would definitely one-tap him, Obama. I mean, if you just look at the size differences between them, you can see how small Q-Rem is compared to Giratina.
Hey, I do like Q-Rem's shiny form, though. Boys, if you've seen it, its black form goes green, but its normal form has a tint of purple on him. I can't remember what his white one looks like, though.
Yeah, shiny black Q-Rem is one of my favorites, actually, Joe. The normal form is pretty cool, too. I like the purple tint to it.
Alrighty, here we go, boys. We're going Giratina versus Giratina here. And obviously my one is going to one-tap this guy. And since this Pokemon is the same as ours, does that mean we get a free catch if one of our Pokemon dies?
Well, I don't think we should even be having that conversation at this point in the game, Donald, because I'd prefer to get through the next few episodes, however long we have left of them, without a single Pokemon dying.
Yeah, I second Joe's point, Donald, and someone in the last video called you out too and said you were totally useless at Pokemon battles, LMFAO. I thought that was harsh, but also true.
Well, whoever said that will eat their words when they see me take on the Elite Four boys. Just you wait and see.
Okay, well, that battle with Giratina was the most pointless thing ever, Donald. It had a black sludge on it for some reason, which caused it to damage itself. And then you literally did one tap it.
And where the hell did Q-Rem go to? Zekrom is just randomly back chilling over there, but Q-Rem's just run off somewhere. I thought he was meant to be the tough guy too.
All right, well, it appears that Q-Rem is just a pussy, everyone, and you saw it here first.
Hang on now, boys. Apparently we're battling Rachel instead of Getsis. Maybe he got some work done or something.
Yeah, Donald,
what do you
you
both
can't
think?
be saying things like that. You and Joe have both been way too savage today, you know?
Obama, all I asked was if he got some work done or something, but you went and made it into a thing.
Yeah, you did the same with me too, Barry. All I was talking about was Black Q-Rem. That's Game Freak who named it that, not me.
You both keep making excuses for your borderline R-word remarks, and Donald, you're just being a moron as usual.
Well, hey, look, we're battling Rachel now, boys. And that's what I'll be referring to Getsis as of now, and her first Pokemon is Gardevoir.
It's a male Gardevoir too. Donald, so out of curiosity, how does that make you feel?
Yeah, I don't think Donald needs to answer that, Joe. And
Well, I think he does need to answer that question, Obama, because his answer is going to be fucking hilarious.
well, if you want the channel to still be up when this video is out, Joe, then I think Donald should focus on this battle because he has to deal with the Suicune now.
You two wouldn't even let me get my opinion in on that male Gardevoir. But I'm not surprised Rachel has one when she still looks like Getsis.
Hey, Obama, it looks like Donald still hasn't got any moves to deal with water types, and we're almost at the Elite Four too.
Yeah, and Suicune has ice-type moves, and you think keeping Giratina out is going to be a good idea, Donald? You know that getting a Pokemon killed, which you've named after me, will get you cursed.
Oh, the berry curse. Yeah, I forgot, Obama. What will it do to me again? Will it turn me into a black...
No, Donald, it'll turn you into Joe Biden.
I don't see an issue with that curse, Obama. And why did you cut Donald off too? I think you're being very disrespectful today.
Well, I think Donald should get this Suicune killed already, Joe, but he still hasn't done that yet.
Yeah, well, I'm working with what I've got here, Obama, and Rachel is probably gonna pop a full restore now, too. Oh, wait, she fucking did, for God's sake.
Donald, I think you should just switch Giratina out, to be honest, because spamming Earth Power and Aura Sphere isn't getting us anywhere, is it?
I refuse to do that, Joe. I can't be bested by a water dog when I have the literal devil out. Imagine what everyone will think of me if I get Giratina killed to a Suicune.
It's not like they could think any worse of you at this point, Donald. We've been asked to make a montage of every Pokemon you've gone and killed in this series, and I think that'll be the best video we ever make.
You will absolutely not be making that video, Obama, holy hell. I don't need you and Joe publicly advertising my shit Pokemon trainer skills by putting every Pokemon death into one clip. That would be so mean. And I'll consider that a form of bullying too.
What goes around comes around, Donald. And finally, you beat Suicune. Now, will you please swap Giratina out because we haven't got enough PP to deal with the Dusclops?
Joe, why did you put so much emphasis on saying PP?
Because you have in fact lost all Giratina's PPs, Donald. And now I suggest you send out Glally since it has Crunch.
What I want to know is why wouldn't Getsis evolve
It's
this
Rachel
into a
Joe.
Dusknoir instead of keeping it as a Dusclops? That doesn't make sense.
Probably because Getsis. Oh, sorry, I mean Rachel Donald. Rachel here doesn't have any friends to trade his Dusclops with to evolve it into a Dusknoir.
Well, that's a completely understandable reason and valid point, Obama. Who would want to be friends with this person anyway? They can't even make their mind up on what gen.
Yes, all right, Donald, remember the channel.
Look, Donald, we've been burnt now because of Will-O-Wisp, and you haven't done any damage to Dusclops.
Well, it looks like it'll take a few more crunches before this thing dies, Joe. But you should be glad that none of our team has bit the dust yet. Isn't that a really good achievement from yours truly?
Once again, Donald, that isn't something we should particularly be celebrating. But if you can somehow make it through the entire Elite Four without losing a single Pokemon, then I'll catch an Arceus for you in Ultra Sun.
As much as I would love that, Obama. That would be broken as hell, and also I still promise Joe a Vanillux. Remember, so why don't you get him one of those instead?
Wow, Donald, I had actually forgotten all about that, actually. Good to know you're good at keeping promises as you choose.
Yeah, well, you better watch your tone, Joe, because I'm just as good at breaking promises as I am at making them. So don't get on my bad side. I think you should be my butler, actually. You can be Butler Biden.
That's the nice way of calling me Bitch Biden, though, isn't it, Donald? Let's be honest. And why the hell would I want to be your butler?
Because, Joe, if you don't do as I say, you won't get your shiny Vanillux.
Joke's on you, Donald, because Obama is playing next and he can overrule you.
To be fair, I can do that, Donald, and also probably will as well. Also, having a Vanilux and a Lola just makes sense anyway, since it's so goddamn hot there.
All right, well, since you're playing dirty now, Obama, I'll also do the same here and send out Michelle number 2 to deal with this whooper.
I don't care anymore, Donald, because I just remembered Miltank can learn Thunder and Rain Dance before the Elite Four battles. You need to teach both those moves to it.
Wow, it just got a crit on that whooper too. Who knows, Obama, your wife might end up being the real MVP of this game in the end?
Hey, look, Donald, he's sending out a Genesect next, which is actually the perfect Pokemon for this guy since Team Plasma were doing experiments on this Pokemon.
Yeah, they were Joe. And it's pretty messed up if you think about it. They attached that cannon on its back. So the proper Genesect would have looked a lot different without that on.
Shiny Genesect is one of my favorite Pokemon, though, boys, because it's red, and we all know why red is best, don't we?
Red is the color of the moron Donald, and it took you this long as well to realize that you could have sent out Victini to deal with this thing since it's bug.
Well, one of our lovely viewers who loves Ash Greninja, you know who you are, viewer, made a prediction and said that basically I'll get every member of our team to die in the Elite Four, and all that'll be left is Victini Joe.
Okay, well, if that prediction comes through, I'll make that viewer a permanent moderator of the channel, Donald. And talking about the channel, we recently hit 6,000 subscribers, so thank you all so much for the love and support on our videos.
Yeah, that's right, Obama. 6K is so huge, and we're getting ever closer to our goal of 10K subs. So please remember to hit that like and subscribe button if you enjoy our content.
Yeah, thanks everyone. And also well done for beating Getsis Donald. Although how comes there aren't any police here to arrest the guy, or is he allowed to just escape?
The law situation in Pokemon regions is something I think we as presidents should work on setting up properly, Joe.
Okay, well, Ann is being a freak again, boys, telling us what Zekrom is saying, apparently. I mean, you must have had a messed up childhood with zero contact with humans if you can understand Pokemon speech, isn't it?
Well, he did, in fact, have a very messed up childhood, Donald. And his father, who I'm guessing is Getsis, since they both have green hair, was a really messed up dad. I think Ann would have had a better life if Getsis went out for milk, but never came back.
Right, well, Donald, you've now beaten Team Plasma for the second time in a row, and we never have to deal with them again, thank God. Which means the only thing left to do here is head for Victory Road and the Elite Four boys.
Before we get to go through the gates, though, Obama the Freak has ambushed me again and wants to give us another sappy story, so we feel sorry for him. Well, that's not going to work on me, thank you very much.
You know, there is a slight split here because in the anime, En didn't like Pokemon battles, but in this game he goes on a rampage with his Zekrom or Reshiram and wants to battle us as well to see what kind of trainer we are.
Well, thank God we won't be seeing him again for a while because that guy would just not stop talking holy hell. But hey, this has to be one of the best badge gate checks in the series.
I think this is just silly, Joe. I mean, what's stopping someone from just using fly and flying over all this or just walking along the edge? There's not even anyone to stop you from doing that here, is there?
Donald, stop nitpicking over trivial things like this. You should be mentally preparing yourself to battle the Elite Four, you know.
Yeah, Obama's right, Donald. Their Pokemon is going to be in the level 60s, which is they're going to be the same as us probably, and I expect Iris to be close to level 70.
They can be level 3 billion for all I care, Joe. I will still win and put all the haters in their place who've all been saying I'm the most useless trainer and whatever other horrible things people have said to me. I will prove you all wrong.
Okay, well, level 3 billion is not possible, Donald, even with your Russian buddies you have. But we have some tough battles with these veterans now, by the way. And also one last rival battle, too.
Alrighty, let's see what this person has. And for the sake of time, I took the shortcut through Victory Road because I didn't want to chance it and possibly get another Pokemon killed. And since we've been uploading daily, it just makes things quicker for us, so we hope you all understand.
Wow, Donald, your Giratina, which is basically a god, was struggling to kill a puny little Nidorina. That makes me feel very hopeful for the Elite Four battles.
Yeah, not gonna lie, Donald, that doesn't exactly make me feel any better either, you know. How can Giratina take that long to kill a Nidorina like that?
Well, it's not exactly my fault, is it, Obama? I don't have any moves useful for ground, really, do I?
Actually, I know you taught surf to my wife, Donald. I mean Miltank, so you could have used that instead, you know.
Well, now look who's nitpicking Obama. But I did take your advice and teach Thunder and Rain Dance to Michelle number 2, which was actually a big brain move, so I will thank you for that.
Wow, and Wartortle somehow survived that hit from Thunder. What the hell?
Yeah, Donald, this strat of yours could prove to be very risky because water-type moves are boosted in the rain, if I'm right in saying, and some Pokemon with Swift Swim would get a boost in speed too.
That's a risk I will unfortunately have to gamble with Joe because Thunder is our best chance at dealing with water types, and with Rain Dance up, it has a 100% accuracy boost. So in my view, I think that's worth it.
Okay, well, Jizzy Joe Biden will always be ready and waiting when you need to boost yourself, Donald. I keep my gold chains and Rolex and Dior sunglasses under my normal clothes like Superman.
Trust me, Joe, I doubt I'll need a visit from that tool again. But I do have a question for you both. Since this is probably going to be the team we take into the Elite Four, what are both your opinions on it?
Well, Donald, this team is basically being held together by the Band-Aid, which is Giratina and Victini. And that Band-Aid could still come off, so just because you have two legendaries doesn't mean you can get complacent.
Yeah, and it could come off right now. Donald in this battle with Hugh here because knowing him, he's going to go full terrorist on us with his Electrode again.
Well, his first Pokemon is in fact you, Joe, so this one should be easy as pie to deal with. And I'm not worried about his Electrode using self-destruct either since I have Earth Power and its defenses are trash.
He just used block on us, Donald, so we can't escape anymore. I don't think either for this turn or for the whole battle. I guess that move might work the same as Mean Look.
It's fine, Obama. A few Aura Spheres should do the job here anyway, since fighting is super effective against normal and Joe here is just useless.
Donald, that Snorlax could end up killing Band-Aid number 1 very soon with those crunches, since our special defense has dropped a lot now too, you fool.
Joe, I can also pop full restores like a bunch of acid tabs too, just like how Hugh here is popping max potions. But you're right, actually. Another one of those crunches would have probably killed Giratina.
Oh, hey, check it, boys. He got himself an Ampharos. What a great Pokemon.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that Ampharos is one of those universally loved Pokemon, Obama. I haven't met anyone who doesn't like it, and if in fact you dislike Ampharos, then we are no longer friends.
Okay, Mr. I will just self-destruct is on the field now, Donald, so please don't get the whole team killed here.
Oh, great. He just used Levitate or whatever that move is to avoid ground-type attacks, boys. Just wonderful, isn't it?
Well, I mean, it is a pretty smart move, Donald, if you think about it. I would have done the same. And you gotta make do with what you've got when you have a piece of shit Pokemon like Electrode out.
Okay, Obama, well, his last Pokemon is an awesome one. Let's be honest. God knows when he caught this thing, though, but sadly it's about to die to Thunder from your wife.
How comes all the water types in this game are apparently just immune to Thunder? What the actual hell? First that Wartortle and now this fellow.
Wow, so that took 3 Thunders to actually take Blastoise out, boys. Donald, you better have some plan in place for real now. The Elite Four is going to be spamming full restores like nothing, I bet.
Have some faith, Joe. I beat everything so far, so how hard will the Elite Four actually be, let's be honest? And anyway, I already beat them all once before, remember, so big deal.
Okay, well, we finally made it, everyone, to the ultimate challenge of this series. In the next few episodes, we'll see if Donald will actually be able to finish this Nuzlocke randomizer or if he'll just flop.
I'm not a Magikarp, Obama. I don't flop, but I think this here is a good point to end this episode anyway, boys. So thank you for watching, everyone, and remember to like the video and subscribe so you know when the next episodes will be out.
Yeah, none of you is going to want to miss Donald trying to battle this Elite Four, and hopefully the champion too, so stay tuned for part 11, everyone.
Donald, remember, as soon as you go through there, you won't be able to buy any more items, so I hope you've stocked up on everything you need.
Don't worry, Obama. We have your wife who can supply us with an unlimited amount of Miltank milk, LMFAO.
You didn't need to go that hard in on Obama like that, Donald. That was way too savage.
Hey, but it's a fact, Joe, and you know it too, but you won't admit it, so I said it for the both of us.